The new Nike F.U.S.E jerseys have landed, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm very curious to see what these jerseys look like. What is going on, guys? It's Rez, and I am back again with y'all on my channel for another jersey video. Welcome back, everybody. Believe it or not, I actually have not uploaded a jersey video on my channel in almost 6 months. I know it's crazy because I'm still buying jerseys, but I have not shown any of those jersey pickups on YouTube. I've been focusing on so many other things on my channel, but you know, I do talk about jersey stuff, or I have been on my live stream, so this is the first time in a while, so glad to reawaken this again. And there is a very important thing in this jersey world and sports world today, guys, and I want to talk about the new Nike F.U.S.E jerseys, both the limited versions and also the new Vapor Elite F.U.S.E jerseys. So for those of you who are wondering and are confused out there, Nike is doing this new campaign now with the NFL with their jerseys. They're marketing them and they're calling them the F.U.S.E jerseys. So this is really big for a lot of people, a lot of jersey heads especially, because they are basically revamping their current style jerseys in the NFL, and they're adding some new elements to these jerseys. So of course, guys, I know a lot of you out there are really confused or just don't know where to go, you know, when trying to figure out what to buy. And I know there's other great YouTubers out there like Jersey Jaguar, who did a very in-depth review. You know, you could check his video out as well, which I will leave in the description if you want to check his video out. And there's also Jersey Connect, who also posted a jersey comparison where he actually has them in hand. In this video though, I don't have them in hand just because I don't have any F.U.S.E jerseys in my collection at the moment. But guys, I do have some detailed pictures that were provided to me from some other fellow jersey heads in the jersey community. They allowed me to use their pictures, and they provided very thoughtful and very accurate and highly detailed photos of what we're going to be receiving. So in this video today, guys, I'm gonna show you two versions of the current NFL F.U.S.E jerseys, and we're gonna break it down together and kind of go over, you know, price point, quality, what's changed, what's not. And ultimately at the end of this video, hopefully you can decide for yourself if you want to proceed and purchase these new F.U.S.E jerseys for yourself. You guys ready for this? All right, game time, let's go. First things first, you guys are probably wondering what the heck is F.U.S.E, right? So when I hear the term F.U.S.E, and I'm a big nerd, when I think about Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball, they have what they call a fusion technique, where one person fuses with another person, they combine their powers together and they become one. So that's kind of how I interpret the new F.U.S.E jerseys. They're basically getting older technology with another counterpart of its current technology and meshing it together to make this new product. So from what I read online, the F.U.S.E jerseys are basically enhanced sports uniforms, which are jerseys with enhanced sweat regulation. So these jerseys are intended to absorb as much sweat and ensure that the athletes perform at their highest capacity, you know, so basically to feel more comfortable. You know, a lot of jerseys now have evolved over time. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of downward spirals with quality from that standpoint, and price points have gone up, which is not good for our pockets, man. So I have my phone in my hand, guys, because I have my photos on here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the photos side by side and I'll share my thoughts and opinions as we go through these photos so you guys understand what I'm talking about here. So right here, this photo is of some Tampa Bay Buccaneers jerseys of Mike Evans. Big shout outs to Eric, by the way, from the jersey community for allowing me to use these photos, because these are his, so give credit to him with these photos here. But he was able to take pictures of both the game jerseys and the F.U.S.E jerseys for the Tampa Bay creamsicle jerseys, which the Bucs will be wearing this upcoming NFL season here. This is the new F.U.S.E limited jerseys, guys. So this is the middle tier of these jerseys currently, guys, and it looks good from a glance. So just looking at this front of the jersey, it looks really nice. But when you start to zoom in and notice the qualities, guys, there are things that they have changed. And I know a lot of people who are part of the jersey community are really upset about this. So what they did was they actually started to get rid of the stitching, the twill on the outer layer of the jerseys now, guys. So these new F.U.S.E limited jerseys, guys, they unfortunately are no longer going to be stitched on or single stitch. They are now all going to be heat applied. What? Yes, I'm not even joking, guys. They actually now are taking the approach that Nike's currently doing with their NBA swingmans, and of course like Mitchell and Ness swingmans as well, which are heat applied graphics. You know, I did a video, you know, comparing Fanatics brand and Adidas Authentics for NHL jerseys, which got a lot of love. And a lot of people now are going to start seeing the decline in quality for these NFL F.U.S.E jerseys. And I think the worst thing about it is the price jack. So these prices on these jerseys did go up, guys. They are now $174.99, which to me is absolutely insane, because that is getting up there in price, almost at a $200 price mark, and you're getting a jersey that's not even stitched on, man. Like, the quality has definitely gone down a lot since then, which is really sad, especially for like the newer generation, because they're not gonna know what it's like to have something that is of good quality. So at the back of the Mike Evans jersey, you could see, of course, there is a nameplate there with Evans's name and his number 13. And they're not stitched on, guys, for the F.U.S.E limited jerseys, guys. The only thing that I believe is stitched onto the jersey is the embroidery of the Nike swoosh on the sleeves, and also the jock tag, guys. Everything else will be heat applied, unfortunately. And looking at the sleeves here, guys, you can see the number 13 is actually heat applied graphics. There is no more stitching on the outer 13 and that red. However, it does look like you do have nice little fabric there on the sleeves, which is nice. It's not screen printed, so it definitely will not fade from what it looks like. But yeah, it's not looking good, guys, which in my opinion is, yeah, I honestly am not a fan of that at all. Here is another big part of the F.U.S.E jerseys. You could see that they did change the neck collar now with that like chainmail mesh. It looks a lot different than the previous chainmail mesh on some of the other older limited jerseys. You still have, it looks like, that shiny NFL shield there that is I don't know if that's stitched. It looks like it's stitched onto the jersey, but as you can see, the chainmail, the mesh they're referring to where the collars meet, they have this like pretty much mesh quality there, and you could see that they changed that part. All right, guys, and now we are going to move on to the Vapor Elite F.U.S.E jerseys. So the Vapor Elites are basically the Authentics. They are the closest retail jerseys that you can get to resemble what the players wear on the field, guys. And these jerseys, guys, the price unfortunately has gone up again. If I'm not mistaken, the Vapor Elites that were released last season were $325. They are now $349.99, so basically $350. Just the product details, I'm reading this off Fanatics. Basically it has a chainmail mesh grill on stitch metallic effect, NFL shield and collar, elastic sleeve bands, satin woven jock tag, just to name a few. Premium tackle tool, player name and numbers, which are good because you're getting stitched numbers and letters. Vapor F.U.S.E chassis delivers an authentic look and feel on game day. 4-way stretch fabric, athletic cut, which fits snug in the chest and shoulders. It's short sleeve, and the material is 88% nylon and 12% spandex. So very similar to what the Vapor Elites previous season had on their description, guys. And I do want to give a huge shout outs to the homie who provided these photos, because he actually got these Vapor F.U.S.E jerseys in hand of Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. Check out his Instagram below, man, because he actually provided me these photos to use for this video today. So big shout outs to him. But this is what the actual Justin Jefferson Vapor F.U.S.E Elite looks like in the pictures, guys. This is exactly what you're going to be getting if you do decide to purchase this jersey here. You could see the numbers are kind of wrinkled, which is unfortunate, and nothing against him. I think that's just how they shipped it out to him. Numbers must have been folded, unfortunately, but it doesn't look too bad. My biggest thing was the numbers and letters being stitched or not. They are stitched from what it looks like, which is great. I think anything above in that price range, everything should be stitched if it is stitched with the team, of course. And also the chainmail mesh you could see on the Elite here. The front is metallic, and you have that nice mesh where the collar meets on the neck. One thing that struck me looking at the photo from this first glance is the elastic sleeves. They do appear to be much more stretchy than the previous Vapor Elites from what I've seen, which is good. It's a good sign. And you can see now the jersey does have different panels on the front and looks like on the back of the jersey, which is pretty cool. You know, looking, you know, in the back, you can see the Jefferson nameplate, which the stitching appears to look really nice. You know, having the number 8 right there on the shoulders and also on the back is a nice sign. It looks like they didn't really change too much. You know, in terms of the numbers and letters, they still look like the previous Vapor Elite counterparts, and the embroidery Nike does look good. This photo here, we could see the arm sleeves with the print. They do appear to be printed onto the jersey, which is also a nice sign. And you could see there's a nice image of the twill that's on the jersey right there, which is really cool. You know, I think that's really good that they're finally starting to incorporate, you know, this Vapor Elite technology on a whole nother level from what it looks like. But again, it doesn't look like there's too much that they changed, other than I think the biggest thing for this is the neck collar here. As you can see, it has that like V mesh style now on there. And of course you could see that NFL metallic shield that is on the jersey. And you could see here the closer stitching that they use on the Nike F.U.S.E Elites, which looks really good. Looks really, really good. Here's the tag, size 44, $350. I don't have the measurements on these guys. However, I will say from wearing the Vapor Elite from the last drop of my George Kittle, these Vapor Elites, they run very, very wide. And they're short on the length, but they're very wide, and they have very short sleeves. So I think it'll make your body look very slender depending on how you have your body frame. They made me look a lot like really muscular, I think, because the sleeves were just hiked up so much. And I like that look. Personally, I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's how the players wear them. So what do I think about the final product of these Nike F.U.S.E jerseys, guys? Well, you know, if you had to decide between getting a F.U.S.E jersey or a game jersey, I would say, I'm talking, and by the way, I'm talking about strictly the limited middle tier jerseys. If you're trying to decide between that or the game jersey, in my honest opinion, I would go with the game jersey. Why? Because the quality is better in my opinion, and the price point. You know, the game jerseys are a lot cheaper than the limited F.U.S.E jerseys, guys. And also, when you get the F.U.S.E jersey, you know, the biggest thing are the heat applied graphics and the neck collar, in my opinion. They're a lot more stiff from what I've been told and what I've seen. And, you know, the game jerseys are a lot more relaxed fitting because they are, you know, heat press numbers and letters on the jersey. So you could move more freely. If you like that comfortability standpoint, I definitely would recommend going with the game jersey. It's cheaper, it's much more comfortable, and you're still able to rep the player and the team. So it's like pretty much a triple win. The limited F.U.S.E jerseys, the middle tier jerseys, guys, although they look really nice, you know, from afar, there are subtle things that they downgraded in terms of quality. I think the biggest thing, guys, is definitely now stepping away from these stitched numbers and letters. They are now using heat applied graphics, guys. And I have explained in so many of my jersey videos in the past how I am dissatisfied with a lot of the heat applied graphics that they now use currently with like swingman jerseys today from the NBA, and also for Mitchell and Ness, guys. I'm not knocking swingmans. I just think that, you know, they should be stitched, guys, because any jerseys that have heat applied graphics, again, will deteriorate over time. And I know a lot of people have commented in my past videos saying, well, you just take care of them, wash them as much as you know, on the lowest setting possible, just follow all these. Like, you shouldn't have to worry too much about these different types of scenarios, guys. I think that is just too much work. Whatever happened to just throwing your garment in the washer without having to worry too much about your stuff getting damaged, right? Like, again, that just kind of falls with the quality. Obviously, the Vapor Elites, that's your highest route that you could go in terms of quality and accuracy. Obviously, you get what you pay for. They are going to be a $350 mark. I do actually want a Vapor F.U.S.E jersey from the Niners. I'm hoping that they do decide to drop Christian McCaffrey, because they have released the F.U.S.E jerseys for CMC, but again, I'm not a fan of those heat applied graphics, and I just really hope that they have a Vapor F.U.S.E Elite, because I definitely want to get a McCaffrey in my collection, man. But until then, guys, if you guys are deciding which one to get, you got to ask yourself, you know, what's the most practical for you? You know, like, I can't decide for you what you want to get, you know, but I could definitely recommend what would be, you know, suitable for you based on your preferences. So just, I guess, ask yourself these questions when deciding to purchase either a game jersey, the F.U.S.E Limiteds, or the Vapor F.U.S.E Elites, guys, because believe me, these jerseys are not cheap. You know, $350 to $170 or whatever the price was for these F.U.S.E jerseys, guys. Like, the price just hiked up like astronomically, and the quality just went down. So hopefully, guys, you guys can decide for yourself what you want to buy and what's best suited for you guys. At the end of the day, rock your teams, love your teams, be a sports fan like myself and everybody else out there, man. And you know, who cares what anybody thinks? If you want to go with the lower tier jerseys, go ahead. If you want to go with the highest tier, if you want to go with the F.U.S.E jerseys, go for it, man. I'm just hoping that you guys took this knowledge and this information, and hopefully I helped you decide what to buy for your jersey collection. All right, so anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Before I go, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content that was shared in this video for you guys. Also, if you like the channel and if you like what you see so far, please consider hitting that subscription button as well as hitting the bell icon. That way you don't miss any type of post that I post for you guys on the channel. Stay tuned, guys. I have plenty of other jersey content that I have yet to share with you guys, and also other things on the channel as well. All right, so that being said, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful football season. Have fun, man. Go Niners. We out. Peace.